Time now for Dons Spotlight.
Family, for me, is a big word. I just know that my family always has my back, and they're the people that I would always go to. I count on them for everything. I love them. Family is everything to me. I think that my dad and we got really close because I always admired him for everything that he's gone through in his past. He had a tough childhood, and I always admired that.
He came here as a refugee. For him, you can lose everything and then you start all over again. And he always was telling stories like that. So I think at a very young age, she heard that.
We have a very similar personality. We always want to work hard and always smiling and outgoing.
He was very happy, very smart. He loved life more than anything.
He's the one who pushed me really hard with tennis, as well as my mom, but my dad was always there for all my tournaments.
She was part of the French Federation. To be able to play tennis at a competitive level, we had to drive a lot, like 2 hours one way, 4 hours one trip, and so every weekend we'd drive her 2 hours so she could, compete with other kids of the same age.
And they had to send me to this academy just so that I could get better and be around professionalism.
It's a tennis academy. So you study, you have an adapted schedule. So you study and you play tennis.
And we had like physical training, we had a yoga professor, and the whole purpose was kind of sacrificing your social life to be able to play and become the best that you could be, so that either you go professional or you go to college.
In France, if you don't become a professional, at age 18, you're almost done with tennis. Here in America, you have the opportunity to still play tennis, and eventually you can go pro if it's your dream and if you work hard.
My dad he was always telling me that he'd rather me go to college and get my degree, because he always believed in you have to have a backup plan. January 3rd, 2015, my dad passed away in a car accident. And it was just I did not believe it for the longest. I felt like I was in a nightmare.
As you can guess, it was very hard, because he was a hero. He was a big role model and like a captain of her life.
The following weeks after that happened were the toughest weeks of my life. I think everyone that was around me really pushed me so hard to go back to tennis. You just have to do it, it gets better with time. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. I ended up going on a bunch of college visits. When I committed to USF, I knew that it was a prestigious school. There were a bunch of great tennis players that have come to the school before with just so much achievement, and I wanted to be part of it.
I'm just proud to see her on court. Winning or losing, I know she's gonna be the best she can be, and I'm proud to see her fighting. I love to see her fighting on court. And I know her dad is watching too. I can hear him. I can hear him telling her, go cross, move forward. I can hear him every time she plays. He's behind me and he's telling her what to do.
So my dad is African, and he always had the African necklace. When he passed away, I wanted to find a thing for myself that would just, so I could feel that he was with me. Every time that I'm in a tennis match and I just feel like I need something, I don't know what it is, but I need something, I try to think about it, and I can see my dad being there and telling me things, and I think that's how I go through about my matches a lot of times, even though not many people know. The thing that keeps me going is really thinking of my father and what he would say to me in these moments, since he was such a big part of my tennis life.
I will describe her as a warrior. I always call her a warrior. She's a warrior of life.
everything that I've been through, just my dad passing away, moving to the States and everything, we just always stayed together. Then coming to USF, I was able to transfer that and being able to build teamwork, effort. I just want to set a good example and keep the USF Dons spirit. I love playing doubles because I love just having a partner and knowing that we're supposed to have each other's back, and that's a big part of being a team. You go through so many ups and downs, and when I go through downs, I'm always like, oh, my dad must be so disappointed in me, and I think it helps me push through a lot of things. So I think that he's proud of me, and he knows that I'm fighting through everything that I can just to make him proud and just to become the best person that I can be.